doing okay. Apparently she's dating her ex-boyfriend again, so okay. Yeah.
Oh, to be that age again.
Yeah, you know.
My kid is applying for colleges.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, she's wrestling now.
Yeah. Nice.
And she's pretty impressive at it, apparently. I've seen a couple of videos, and just kind of scary, actually.
I kind of want to see those because she's like 60 pounds.
I know.
And I don't know how a 60-pound.
But if she's finding another 60-pound girl, I guess you think about it. Like she's got like this. Like she's kind of like what was that character in Street Fighter with the long arms that shoot out? Like
Right.
Like that's her. Like that's just the way she is. I'm kind of impressed that she did that. I kind of was actually shocked by the fact that she did that because
Kind of out of character.
My daughter doesn't do anything.
So did she say what got her into that?
No, she really didn't say. She didn't really explain. She just said, "Hey, I'm wrestling now." I'm like, "Oh, interesting. Okay."
Because women's collegiate wrestling has been a big spark in the last 10 years, but really within the last 5 years has been.
That's true. I've heard that actually.
So.
But the big problem now is that all the wrestling teams that have been testing positive for COVID and all around the country, and I'm kind of like, hey, you're like, I remember I wrestled in junior high, and I remember how your nose gets stuck into certain armpits, and I'm like, that's pretty sure that you can catch COVID that way.
Well, it used to be staph, that's what you caught.
Yeah. But that was because you were dirty, like you didn't clean yourself. Like staph infection is because you're a filthy fucker. Like it's not because of some random virus running around. The difference between bacterial and viral, but yeah, it's kind of makes me nervous a little bit. I finally got her to get the shot, and because we want to take her somewhere for her graduation, but now because we want to take her on a cruise, but cruises are coming back infected and they're closing down again, and it's just we're afraid to put so much money, like we're talking like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 between the trip, the flight, the cruise, and we wanted to originally take her on a cruise from, we're going to go down to LA, and actually we're going to go up north to Victoria, get on the cruise, come down to LA, and then go to Universal Studios, and but we can't trust whether that's going to be available at that point. So, and apparently the insurance, the trip insurance, only counts if, like, you get sick or if some other weird thing happens, like COVID shutdowns doesn't cover it.
Oh, shit.
So, we're kind of at a standstill what we're going to do for a graduation. And I mentioned earlier that my wife and I don't want to go to Disneyland for a while.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
Well,
I'm curious as to your
Bob Chapek is the devil. The president.
He's the new president, CEO.
He's the current president. It has been for about a year. Bob Iger stepped down right before COVID, like right before it, and then Bob Chapek came in. And Bob Chapek, I'll put it this way: you remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, when they would say things on TV like the Disney Vault, like they would bring out Disney movies for a period of time. That was Bob Chapek. That was his thing.
Okay.
That's the way he thinks of things. He was actually in charge of parks at the time when my wife and I were really going. We took the kid in 2014, and my wife and I have been going to Disneyland since 2014 until this year, almost every year.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes twice a year, depending on when we can work it out. And we love the parks, but Disneyland, I say. We haven't been to Disney World yet, but Disneyland. And progressively, as we've gone, things have gotten worse. Like, the upkeep has gotten worse, the cleanliness has gotten worse, the customer service has gotten worse. Disney prides itself. The company for a long time was the best customer service I've ever seen, and some of the best crowd control I've ever seen. And this is coming from, a military person who understands crowd control. So I was really impressed by this. The last time we went, though, was in September of 2021.
Yeah, last year.
Yep. And we were disgusted. We were... the lines were so ridiculously long, and now you have to use the app on your phone, and the signal's no good. The system breaks down. I finally got to do, and we haven't even talked about this yet, I got to do Resistance. I got to do Rise of the Resistance at Star Wars.
Okay.
And the ride itself was amazing, but the process of getting into the ride was a nightmare. We had to compete every day for 2 slots to get on. And what they don't tell you is you can't just wait. Like, I had my phone, I had the app out on, like, say the first day. And it opens up at 7 a.m. 6:58, 6:59, 7. Hit the button. Too late. Already gone. Too late. Like, as soon as you hit the button, all the reservations are gone. You do it again at 12 to get the afternoon ones. Boom. Gone. Like, what the fuck? We did this for like 3 days. We would stop and get lunch and just sit there and just wait. What I didn't realize at the time was the last morning, Friday morning, the last day we were there, I'm laying in bed at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm waiting for 6 o'clock to hit. And as soon as it hits about 6:57, I start hitting refresh. I just kept hitting it. Bam, 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 bam. And finally, that last morning, doing that, I finally got in. Amber was doing it at the same time, my wife. She didn't get it. But I managed to get it for both of us because I was trying for both of us. We both were trying for both of us on our each. You have to do it each on your separate phones. And I was so disgusted. I was so happy to get the ride, of course, because the ride is amazing. Did you guys watch the video? Holy shit, the ride is amazing. But the process of getting in to see the ride is so fucking complicated and so ridiculous. It's when we went to see when Millennium Falcon opened. We went last year.
Yeah.
The year before. We got in line, sure, and the line was ridiculous. We got there at rope drop, like opening of the park. That's what they call rope drop. And we still waited in line for an hour, but we still waited in line to get there, and we still got the ride.
Get on.
This one, you had to do a reservation. They didn't care about the... Oh, my God, it was so insane. But...
Do you have the video?
I do. I have the video of us doing it, actually. Yeah. My video is not that great because I forgot to hit my motion sensor on the whole thing. But I'm glad I got to see the ride. I'm glad I got to do it. But the process of getting to that point... Is
it still that process right now?
Yes. Well, they're getting rid of some of that process. But
whatever happened to just get the Fast Pass, get in line?
Fast Pass is gone.
I like that process.
It's all on the phone now. You have to sit there in the park and look at your phone and do this all day long. But it's no fun anymore. And we literally sat there our last day, and we went to... There's a part in the park where at the firehouse, when you first walk in, there's Walt's apartment above the firehouse. Yeah. And the last night we were there, we went up to, and we stood there in front of at night after they didn't have fireworks at that point, but after the whole last ceremony, and we kind of chastised the whole park. Like, we sit there and talk to the apartment and said, "Well, your park is shit at this point. Yeah. Everything's dirty. Everything's broken down. There's too many people in the park. They're selling too many tickets to go in here. The lines are ridiculous. COVID has created a situation where they are just making all the rules they want to. Like, they don't want you to have any fun while you're doing there. They want you to spend money. That's all they fucking care about. And I'm so sick of it. We really got to the point where we're not going to go back again until the leadership changes. We just had it. Yeah. And so that's why we were looking at going to Universal. Because they've got the Harry Potter stuff. They've got a bunch of new stuff that we have never seen. And we've done this a few times. Now, this is us at Rise of the Resistance.
So is this a ride?
It's a ride, but it's more like an experience. Like, it's a whole 20-minute thing. Like, it's not just getting on the ride and going. you get here, then you get there, then you get here. It's crazy. It's such a good ride.
So are they doing this in the same area where the Millennium Falcon is?
No, it's a little bit further down.
Further down?
Yeah, but it's still in Batu.
Batu, okay. Obviously, way delayed in releasing the storyline.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Welcome to the cause. May the force be with us.
Commander, long time within the squadron of X-Wings, just got us to the rendezvous point on Makara. Roger, this is Black Leader. I hear you're a fine-looking group of recruits. Well, no time to waste. Let's get you on your way to the General.
What? You have questions?
No, I'm just gonna watch this 20-minute video. It's gonna be great.
Well, we'll have conversations between the. I mean, look, like you come into the entry room. This is awesome. Like, holy shit.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
That was pretty good detail.
yeah. It's amazing.
Popcorn burger, right?
No, like I'm only
I
mad.
can make this in my driveway, right? Like all of this? Just give me a day or two.
There's Amber.
You know, I can tell by the mask. That's sad.
See, then you get on this whole transport thing. This is not even the ride, really.
How are the people?
What do you mean?
You talk about the experience and the line and stuff.
The actors were great.
No. The people, the
No,
public.
They were fine, actually.
You didn't have like any arguments.
No.
Fights, no that?
Now on Pirates we did. Pirates there was a whole thing, but this was no. Everybody's so glad to be there. That's an animatronic. That's not a dude in a suit. That's like
That's pretty fucking good animatronic.
fucking amazing.
So this is actually thing moves?
It, like Star Tours, it vibrates and it moves around. So you get on this transport to go to the ship, and if you look out the windows, like all this shit going on.
Yeah.
So tell me about your pirates.
I'll get to that in a minute. Like, I just want to absorb this.
As you heard from Ray, I have been tasked with getting you to Makara. Red suit, we're 5 feet tight now. Let's get ready to make that jump to light speed on my mark. About the anything, huh? Black Leader, we're picking up an unusual signal. Are you spotting anything? Yeah, I see it. We'll check it out. BB-8, what do you got? There appear to be a number of small
See all the ships and stuff out the
Yeah.
window. It's pretty fucking badass. And the whole time, the whole thing's moving.
So this is actually taking you somewhere.
Yeah. Well, not literally,
I know.
but in theory, yeah.
You know what? Animatronic, why don't you pay attention to what's going on outside and drive the ship?
He's not driving. He's driving. Somebody else is driving.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole point.
Gotcha.
It's the guy in the window. He's driving.
Gotcha. I didn't see a guy in the window, but I'll
You
believe
know,
it.
in the screen. I mean,
Star Destroyers.
Gotcha. I think I see him now.
yeah.
Only when he's horns up.
It's pretty corny, but it's fun.
Yeah, you know, you
TR-141, identify yourselves and prepare to be boarded.
This is TR-141. We are a civilian vessel. By whose authority are we being detained?
By the authority of the First Order, resistance scum. Now bring down your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Oh man. Oh, this is so cool.
They'll want the location of our secret base. Tell them nothing. The future of the resistance is at stake.
So you go out the next door.
I did, but I got kind of confused. Like, I thought the door was off to the side, and they come up behind me. I thought it was right there. Like, oh, whoops.
You're now all deemed enemies of the First Order. Clear the ship. Corporate interrogation. Move out.
I love it.
Oh, this room. There's me in the corner. I split the video.
So, how long has this been available?
Like,
Oh my god.
7 or 8 months.
Okay, so
It's new.
So you literally feel like you're in a fucking star.
Yeah, that room. Now, what kills me, though, is that you're supposed to be able to just hang out there for a while, but they're trying to shuffle so many people through there that you don't get any time to do anything.
right, yeah.
Oh,
So it's kind of frustrating. Like, you're like, I want to sit there and, like, take pictures, but they won't let you.
yeah.
So, I mean, so obviously, probably not.
What?
The problem with COVID is people have money saved and money to spend.
That's true.
So this process,
Well, I didn't spend any extra money for this. This was part of the park tickets.
no, yeah, I get that, but I hope their process is improved.
Yeah, they're trying, you'd think, but we were just, I don't know. A lot of the older stuff at the park was so dirty when we were there that we were just disgusted. Like, you can't do that. This is Disneyland. You can't do that. And this is just while we're waiting in line. The cool stuff comes later.
They were packed that many people in that little fucking thing.
Yeah, they did. Like, they were shuffling people through. And I felt the same thing when I went through the Millennium Falcon one. Like, I really wanted to just hang out and just look around, and that was the intent of what they designed it, but so many people want to go see it. There's just too many people to do that. So they're just herding us in there like cattle.
You know, something like this could bring back the travel agent industry. I want to go to Disneyland.
They
On
do
this
that.
day, on this day, I want to do this part of the park. On this day, give me tickets for this part of the park.
They do that, but it's very expensive. Like, only rich people can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are they doing here?
Now, they're kind of splitting us off into different ride vehicles, and these guys here that are standing here, they're animatronics. They're not real people.
Oh, okay.
So I got away from the guy, and I ran up and looked at this because he wouldn't let me. He didn't want to let me, so I ran up there and did it anyway. Like, get back in line, get back in line. But you're supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to just hang out and look around.
Enjoy what the
Yeah.
shit is.
And this is good. Like, the Star Wars Hotel looks like shit. This looks like great.
Did you stay at Star Wars Hotel?
No.
Let's talk about that.
saw
We'll talk about that in a second.
I saw a Seattle Kraken t-shirt. Which I know you don't know what that is, but I thought it was pretty cool.
I've heard it.
Yeah, right there. Seattle Kraken.
It's not football.
No.
Hockey? I don't
Yep,
know.
hockey. Good job.
There you go.
Yay for you.
So
You got a man point.
I'd rather be a nerd, thank you. Oh, right. Here's the second part. Don't shoot us.
So, Amber, you went. There was two groups. One went this way, one went
Yeah.
that way. You guys should have split up. Amber should have gone one way, and you should have gone the other way. Just see if it was any different. I doubt it was.
She wouldn't have wanted to do that anyway. It's a little different because you get in different cars. So there's a different experience per car.
We will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay. The resistance prisoners. You have what I want.
Now these are actors.
No, that's the
No?
screen.
Oh, that's the screen?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Those are the original actors, actually.
I will return to finish this personally.
Ready to run the cards.
Nice. Nice line. Coming from a man who didn't know how to play cards. Though.
Fuck you. I know how to play cards. Just not cribbage.
Cribbage. It's spades.
So now you're being rescued.
Poker.
I
Not
literally
spades,
just
poker.
learned how to play cribbage like 2 months ago.
Of course, now I spend the next 2 minutes trying to get my seatbelt.
So this is the right part.
Yep, this is the ride part. Oh,
Then head down to the escape pod base. Those droids are programmed to return you to Batu. Hurry and don't get caught. Lieutenant Beck will guide you.
Recruits, for your safety, stay seated with seatbelt securely fastened. Keep hands on the speed limit.
You're going backwards?
yep. Well, in the first camera, yeah. I had 2 cameras on.
It's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Good. Now get a move on. There's a clear path to the terminal.
Like a little fucking big old teacup ride.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Rogue droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you. Take those turbolists and stay out of trouble. Hey, unauthorized. Wait, go to the prisoners.
Oh man,
Oh, dude.
the walkers are so cool.
Nice.
What? We went up, yeah.
This does not look good. Try to find another way down to the escape pods. The resistance will attempt to rescue the prisoners.
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us.
You underestimate their conviction. Break the shields.
skills.
I see no evidence.
You still do your watch your Disneyland reviewer program that you still watch all the time?
Yeah.
What do they say about Disneyland? Kind of the same thing, or is
Yeah, they all say the same thing, or worse.
it worse?
Um,
What was it like? There was like the breakfast,
What?
like their name was like I don't know.
Well, there's
Pancakes or
Best
something.
Life and Beyond. There's Fresh Baked.
That's the one.
Fresh Baked. Fresh Baked has commented on how the app is no good and that it takes a long time to get into anything. But the ones that we watch now actually are more like Ordinary Adventures. We stopped watching a couple of them because it's pretty clear that they're on the Disney payroll. Like, we call them shills. Like, they're just selling the myth. And we've kind of actually stopped watching a lot of Disney videos because we're so disgusted with the way the park is now. Oh, this is where you fall. Amber lost her shit in this scene. Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool. This is one of the best engineered rides I've ever seen.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, it is so cool. And my video doesn't do it justice. It's so great.
Your escape route came in a little off target.
Huh?
Ground crews will meet you outside the lake. Alright, nice job, recruits. Not what you signed on for, but hey, you're resistance now. I think I have that authority. Right, Beck? Where's the lieutenant? I need eyes on Beck. Line up, Stanford's parking.
And now these chairs that we're in are all trackless. Like there's magnetic sensors under the street, under the road.
Thanks to your hubs, the location of the resistance base is secure. Bravo! Yes, Papa.
Yeah. And they all zoom in. They're like Bluetooth. They all zoom in to the docks there. Oh, it's so cool.
Is it magnet? So is the track magnetic too, or
There's no track. It's trackless. Like
Right.
everything's under the concrete.
right? So it's magnetic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And it's just it's so amazing. I can't even.
Well, no, I mean just you describing it and the little words that you have sounds like science, dude.
Very science.
Yeah.
Very science.
Engineering.
Yeah.
Engineering, science, like
Well, that's why I love Imagineers. I just don't like the administrative,
oh yeah.
CEO types. Like, they don't get it. Imagineers get it. And, I don't know, this whole thing was amazing, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, but the rest of the trip was so stressful and so no fun that we'd had it. We'd had enough. We don't have the magical moments anymore. The parades have been sent away. The fireworks have been shitty or non-existent. They don't have any of the extra shows like Fantasmic or World of Color. The Cars ride was still good. We could do single rider on the Cars ride where we just go up by ourselves and just happen to get in the same car or not. Doesn't matter. But the system...
What about the characters coming out just randomly and
No,
visiting?
no. Not at all. Because of COVID. Like, nope, because of COVID.
I was gonna say, is that because of COVID or is that because of fucking management? Or
It's both. It's both. Because even when they opened Batu,
you got to remember it's California, so they have so many restrictions versus, I mean, even Oregon or Washington.
yeah.
It's like what can they legally do? What can they not?
But Disney has used that as an excuse to cut corners, and we're just done.
Usually, Disney was never one to be known.
No, not at all. spare no expense. And build a better mousetrap and people will come.
Yeah.
And that's not the mentality anymore. Not for the movies and not for the parks at all. So we've kind of we're brokenhearted about it, but we've kind of decided not to do it. Because it just... There's been moments at Disneyland where, with my wife and my daughter and I, or with just Amber and I, because we only took the kid once in 14. The rest of the time it's just been the two of us. There's no magical moments anymore. We had magical moments when things happened, like during the fireworks show or during certain rides. They're just, it isn't there anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
And it's because the management now is more concerned about money than they are about guest experiences. Bob Chapek, the CEO, is more interested in the movies than he is the parks.
Yeah.
Which is stupid because he came from the parks. That was his thing.
Yeah.
Before he became the CEO. And Bob Iger, the guy who left, has now stepped down as the chairman of the board. He left CEO and became chairman of the board. And Bob took over during COVID. But now Bob Iger has left and there's nobody else. Like there's nobody there. All the Imagineers have left.
So I'm unemployed, so I should just go work there.
Please do, but you don't know what you're doing because you don't have the history. You don't have the knowledge.
Also, Earl doesn't answer his emails when I need a reference, so whatever.
For Disney? I don't think Earl can give you a reference for Disney. Wait a minute, did he apply for a job and you didn't give him a reference?
Because
Not
when
sure.
I answered an email last time.
Because I know I have. I got him a job he didn't want.
Cool.